We're starting now. We're starting now. All right. So I think the easiest thing to start off with is just gonna be putting echoes and stuff here to get rid of some characters. I'm also personally not gonna rank every individual Pokemon. I'm gonna rank Pokemon Trainer, but not every individual one. I'll remove male Corin for the fans, since everyone always wants the female one. This Inkling, you do not deserve to get ranked. Oh, Daisy, you wish. What else do we have? Is it anything more now? I feel like it probably is. Oh yeah. What's wrong with Blue Inkling? Well, it's still an amazing character, but you know, I play orange, so I gotta rep the orange one. Yeah, oh yeah, Pokemon Trainer as well. Actually, get rid of you. Yeah, it's true. The Samuses are similar enough. They're similar enough. Yeah, we can get rid of one of the Belmonts. Also similar enough. It's like super minor differences. Yeah, I guess the pits are, yeah, similar enough as well. Like I know it's some small differences, but I don't really like some of these are not I don't get why Pokemon Trainer this tier. No, it's the fact that it's two different ones. So I just want to like get rid of like you know, so we have a smaller pool here. So that's why. That's why. Now I think we're good to go to get started. All right. So we're gonna start off F tier. F tier. Also, some characters I might put here afterwards as well. I just wanted to get rid of like echoes and shit first, but a few characters will end up here later on, most likely. But yeah, Little Mac, trash. If you like this character, I feel bad for you. The thing is, this character is just like straight up garbage. Like, I'm not entirely against the idea of having a character that is like strong on the ground but very weak in the air, but I feel like they overdid it. He's so bad in the air, and yeah, he can't really do much in the air. Awful recovery. In a game where you can actually edge guard as well, so that's like even worse for him. So yeah, poor Little Mac. You are awful. You will remain awful most likely. He's actually a dangerous character to buff, I think. But I think if you buff this character, he could be incredibly annoying to play against. So yeah, keep him down there. It's probably for the best. What else is F tier? And also, I know that some people will be like, oh, this character, how can you underrate slash overrate this character so much? This is gonna be hard. It's so many characters. Obviously, I've not had enough time to like truly look into every character an amazing amount. Also, some characters I might change the order slightly because, you know. But yeah, Piranha Plant. Piranha Plant also feels like an F tier character. Oh, fuck. Better than Little Mac. But Piranha Plant feels like a not finished character. As soon as I played this character, I was like, they should have had like another month or two to finish off the character. Too much landing lag on quite a few things. Pretty weak combo game. Piranha Plant does have some good moves. Up tilt and upper are pretty good. Spike Ball can be pretty good for edge guarding. But for the most part, yeah, this does not feel like a finished character in my book. I hope Piranha Plant gets buffed. I actually wanted Piranha Plant to be good for the trolls. Like, it would be so funny. Like, imagine an EVO Grand Finals in Piranha Plant. Piranha Plant wins. That would have been so funny. So Piranha Plant, yeah, F tier. Most likely will end up here. Then what else? Also, remember, for the most part in this game, I think F tier, or at least E tier in this game, is gonna be much better than E tier in the other Smash games. I think a lot of characters can do damage in this game. I feel like King K. Rool is gonna end up down here somewhere. Also, pretty bad character. He does have some strengths, of course. His recovery can be a little bit annoying for some characters at times to deal with. He is heavy, so he can survive pretty long. It's not entirely garbage, but incredibly big, super easy to combo. For characters that can edge guard him, his recovery is not as good overall as people thought early on. He probably does have some matchups where he does fine in, but overall, I feel like he's gonna end up, pretty low in this game. Sadly. Let's see. Also, some characters and like tiers I'm gonna go back to. It's just like Duck Count, I feel like is a bad character. Probably he's probably gonna end up in E tier though. He's better than the characters below. Struggle Killing. If you are good at recovering with a character, his recovery doesn't seem as bad. But mainly the fact Struggling Killing, not too much in combo potential. You can have some pretty unique setups though, but feels pretty unreliable. Pretty bad for the most part. I know he had like an upward trend in Smash 4 towards the end, but I have a hard time seeing this character climb significantly higher than E tier. Maybe D tier with optimizations, but what else? I feel like Isabelle is pretty bad. Like, that little mine on the ground is actually way worse once you know how to play around it. I feel like they should have made that faster. It's kind of weird how you can like start running over it and still get up shield in time many times. Or like dash close to it to trigger it and then be out of range. Yo, Hamburger, thank you for the 10 bits. As I said, we're gonna go back to certain characters as well. So, like, I might not be done with F tier and stuff like that. Maybe I'll like switch a character from one tier to another. This is like doing it for myself and you guys. And then, yeah, some changes might come along the way. Actually, I think one change that might be annoying, but that could help Isabelle a lot, is if you make Fishing Rod a bit better. I feel like it's a kind of strong gimmick once you don't know how to play against the character. Uh, but it's not nearly as good once you have like a little bit of experience against the character, I feel like. Yeah, if your character gets low ranked, don't get mad. If anything, people like myself, Zero, and so on, if we rank your character low, if anything, it's a higher chance they get buffed rather than nerfed. It probably won't matter at all, but if anything, it's an advantage. And besides, it's sick if you win with a worse character, right? Which is probably why some people really underrank their character. Also, I can't actually see donations while doing this. I can only notice notifications for subs. Oh, what the? Damn. Anders with 20 gifted subs. 20 gifted subs to the channel. Thank you so much, buddy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Thank you so much. That birthday present. What a legend. Yo, thank you for 33 months, buddy. Appreciate it. What else do we have here? I feel like Kirby's gonna end up down here somewhere as well. Probably not as bad as people say, but overall, pretty weak character. And the thing is, like, even if a character is not straight up garbage in every way, it's just the fact that in this game, like, the gap between characters is smaller. So yeah, Kirby, he doesn't really have too much going for him. Kirby's main issue in many Smash games had been like, he's not as fast in the air. If like Kirby have like a lot of similarities to Puff, obviously, and one thing that made Puff very good in Melee is crazy aerial mobility. Makes edge guarding, recovery, spacing, like the neutral game, all of it so much better. So that's probably the one change you can make to Kirby to like help him a lot. But yeah, I don't feel like he's garbage all around. Like, some of his moves are pretty quick. He do get sometimes like follow-ups from like forward throw on low damage, but overall, weak character. He has actually been weak since 64, which I don't really mind because I hated that piece of shit in 64. So I kind of feel like he needs to pay for his sins, right? So yeah, Kirby, you can remain bad. You're cool in Melee and Brinstar. I'm cool with that being your role, you know. So yeah, overall bad character. What else do we have? Everyone hated that piece of shit in 64. Yeah, I feel like even Kirby players probably hated Kirby. At least when we were fighting another Kirby. What else do we have? Yeah, I might change orders within the tiers, so don't take everything as set in stone. But I feel like Zelda is gonna end up in E tier. Maybe D tier, but feels like an E tier character overall. Zelda, a character that always remains pretty bad in every Smash game. I do think they made some like okay changes, like the warrior move that Zelda does have. Not really sure exactly what to call it, but overall still feels like a weak character. Pretty slow, pretty one-dimensional neutral. For the most part, not crazy combos. Phantom, yeah, that's the name of the move. Thank you, guys. Yeah, Zelda probably will remain bad. It's just like, sadly, one of these characters, or actually maybe not even sadly, but always been a bad character in every Smash game. Probably not gonna change anytime soon. Might be some room to grow though, since the character is a little bit different, and you know, not really much character representation. And as soon as characters are new, it always like takes a little bit more time to what is it called? To optimize the characters. What else do we have down here? Feel like Bowser Jr. I'm not quite sure about. Like in Smash 4, okay, true story about Bowser Jr. When I played Smash 4 for the first time post-release on 3DS, I was excited to test Bowser Jr. because he was one of the characters I really wanted in Smash 4, and I got him. I played him for 30 seconds. I put the 3DS down. I said this character is at best low tier. I was so disappointed. He was so bad, and I was like he did have some funny looking moves, but I was like, this character is trash. He's most likely pretty bad in this game, but for now, we're not going to rank him. I'm a little bit uncertain, mainly due to like inexperience playing as the character, because I was just so mad about him in Smash 4. And then no one plays him. I haven't really played against him at all. So we'll see. We'll see. I might rank him a little bit later. We'll come back to him. We'll come back to him. What else? Puff will probably end up in E tier as well. They did buff Puff a little bit, so maybe I'll put her up a little bit. Her back air is faster now, which helps the character quite a lot. But still overall, kind of slow. The fact that you turn around from back air is not very good for the character. I could see maybe if people get more optimization with rest punishes, that the character could go a little bit higher. But still probably going to end up around this area, which I'm happy about. Like, we can actually bring her down even more. I'm not going to lie. My favorite things about Brawl in Smash 4 is how bad this character is. So Ultimate, didn't get it quite as right as Smash 4, but, I can live. I can live with this. I can live with this. What else do we have? Puff is better than E. As I said, I could see the character maybe go a little bit higher. Maybe D tier, but that would be like at best. Yo, Kira, thank you for the Prime, buddy. Thank you so much. I feel like I'm probably gonna get a little bit hate for this one, only because Meister did good at Full Bloom. I will be honest, I have not seen too much from it. But one thing that should be pointed out, at the very least, is that Meister was the best Game & Watch in Smash 4. And he was ranked very highly. And in this game, with so many matchups, I can imagine a lot of people have many matchups they have never played, more or less. So, of course, if you play a character that no one is really focusing on, that's gonna help you a lot. I could see the character go a bit higher, but some stuff with the character being really light, I think his fair is actually really, really bad. I will check out Meister's matches a bit more. This is probably, right now, one of the more controversial picks on the list. And it is controversial just for the fact that Meister had a good performance. Ivan Oliver, thank you for the Prime, buddy. But yeah, we're probably going to go back to him as well. What else do we have? Sheik is probably gonna end up down here somewhere as well. I feel a little bit torn about putting Sheik down here. Because one part of me says that she's a little bit underrated. I know she has very, very, very low damage output. But she's still fast. She's still having pretty good edge guards that I feel like have not been optimized at all. Like, we all know in Smash 4, edge guarding wasn't really much of a thing. So it's probably an area that is underutilized with She currently. It's still a character probably with potential to grow. Because, you know, pretty good neutral, pretty good edge guards, but hard time killing, which is important. A huge thing will be how much can optimizations be made to get kills with a character, and how much optimizations with edge guards can be made with a character. If these two things happens, I could see the character climb up a bit, but if those optimizations are only very small, then she's probably gonna remain like down here in this area. But it is one of these characters that a few little tweaks and the character could rise up a lot. Then what else do we have? This one is gonna be hard for me to rank, honestly. I feel like not there. I feel like some of the Smash 4 characters, obviously since I didn't play the game, it's gonna be hard to have as much knowledge about the characters as, you know, the Smash 4 pros. But overall looks pretty weak in this game for sure. But the boss did get some matches where he brought out Rosa in tournament. I'd actually like to talk to the boss a little bit about Rosa at some point. Be careful. I know that regardless of how you make a tier list, some people are always going to disagree, which is fine. I'm not saying that my tier list is a law or anything. Yo, Rado, thank you for the prime, buddy. What else do we have down here? I feel like Luigi is gonna end up like in E tier at some, like, in some area around here as well. Also seems quite nerfed, or he is a lot nerfed from Smash 4. He still does have some pretty good punishes. His grabbing much slower now, obviously a bad thing. The character is probably gonna struggle quite a lot off stage, especially once people get good at edge guards. So overall looks pretty weak. And seems like didn't Elegant struggle with the character, and he was like really high ranked in Smash 4. I remember watching the GTX part of the GTX Grand Finals. So yeah, we'll see about this character. What else do we have? Actually, we might be down with E tier for now. We might add something more to E tier down the line. I feel like Doc. Yo, Nitro, thank you for the 28 months. Yeah, Dr. Mario, he's not like a bad character, but like, yeah, decent. Not anything special. Quite a lot worse combo potential than Mario. It seems like, at least from what I've seen and played. So yeah, for the most part, a worse Mario. It's like, if you like Doc, you should probably try to invest into Mario instead. Overall, a better pick, and they're obviously they have differences, but it's still a very similar type of character. A D for decent, yeah, pretty much. pretty much. I feel like Pit is gonna end up here as well. Pit is kind of like the definition of like a standard, honest character. I feel like Pit doesn't have anything that is like bad with the character, but the character also doesn't have anything that is really good with the character. So all around, just like decent character, nothing that really strikes me as amazing, nothing that strikes me as bad. So yeah, feels like a pretty good pick for D tier. Rip PM Pit. Yeah, well, Pit was pretty good in 3.0 too, before they killed the character. Might have one tier too much, maybe. We'll see. Like, this was just like a rough idea of what we need. If we have too many tiers or too few tiers, we can just easily adjust. What else? Diddy Kong will probably end up here somewhere. He's probably like a tiny bit underrated. Partly because, you know, a little bit like Sheik, he was incredibly good in Smash 4. He got nerfed. So probably a little bit underrated, because that's normally what tends to happen. If you have an amazing character, they get nerfed, then people can like overstate that. Same thing with a character, if they're bad and they get buffed, sometimes they feel extra good, just because you're used to having them being actually good. But overall, still seems to have like a solid neutral. Banana is still clearly a good option. Also, recovery being like worse, since edge guarding is more better. You have like a lot of lag if people hit you out of up B as well, which can be very annoying. A much harder time killing in this game than in Smash 4, which is obviously huge. So yeah, he's probably gonna end up in D tier. I feel like Incineroar is gonna be here somewhere as well. Actually, he might be worse than Diddy. I don't know. Incineroar for me feels kind of gimmicky. His one gimmick is pretty strong though. If you're playing on point, getting the reads with the revenge move, so he's not all awful, and he does have some other good moves like up air, for example. His recovery is weak. They did buff it, and he's really slow. So I'm not sure. For now, I'll probably put Incineroar in D tier. Yo, Sian, thank you for the 100 bits. What else? I feel like Corrin is probably going to be D tier. This might be me underrating the character, because I did play Corrin towards the end of Smash 4 when in preparation for Ultimate, and I got really disappointed with the character once I learned more about Ultimate. I feel like Corrin is also one of these characters. A few small changes and the character could be really good. It would be amazing if down tilts into up tilt always connected. A little bit less landing lag on some aerials, and then either buffs the speed or recovery. Honestly, probably the speed. I don't think every character needs to have a good recovery. It's pretty fun if some characters have like a bit more edge guardable recoveries as well. But if they make Corrin faster, overall, like running speed, landing lag being less. Bill Tree, thank you for 300 bits. So yeah, I don't mind Corrin having a pretty weak recovery, but make the character faster all around. Down tilt, up tilt, always converting at like low damage. Pin doesn't also have to be as good as Smash 4. Like, I don't know. Just some changes and I maybe would have considered playing the character. But right now, yeah, pretty weak. And the thing also with Corrin is that it's so many sword characters. So you lose like if you have a character that is equally as good as Corrin, but they are like a character archetype that is uncommon, then at least that could be a little bit of like a gimmick that might work. But it's so many sword fighters, so it's kind of like, why? Samus is probably gonna end up here as well. Yeah, I know I played this character at the Invitational, but I actually did feel that Samus was very bad at the time as well. Some people might wonder, oh, but why did you play Samus then? True story at the Invitational. My Samus was awful, but my plan was just to let Zero go in and take care of business, and I would just stay back and try to support him. And when we played friendlies, that was actually our best combination. My Samus and his Mario. The thing is, like, my Pokemon trainer in Corny was much better, but I was just doing better like a support role. Help Zero, just throw out shit and let him take care of business. So that's why, like, in the end, I knew no one is gonna pick this character. So yeah, I did go for Samus. I know a lot of people dislike the Nair, but I think the Nair is a pretty cool move. I think missiles should be a little bit faster with the character, actually quite a lot faster. It's crazy how much lag they have. They have so much lag that when I play against Samus, I sometimes get hit because I'm like, oh, the missile is coming out. And then I'm like, oh, wait, it's slow. And then I try to act, and it's like, oops, I got hit. But that's obviously not going to work once you have like a tiny bit of experience. So yeah, not an amazing character by any means, but not all around awful either. Robin is another character I'm not sure. I'll see if I rank. Like, I will put a few characters in the not sure tier. Robin might end up there. Samus has great ledge traps with bombs and neutral B pressure. Yeah, no, like, as I said, like, Samus do have some stuff. Feel like this is roughly where Samus currently will end up for me. I feel like Falco is probably gonna end up here as well. Like, he was really hyped up at the start, but I think it's getting more and more. It's actually like super clear now that he's the worst one of the Spaceys by a pretty large margin. He does have some good moves. He does have some good combos. But still overall, relatively weak. We want Melee Falco back. That would be crazy. That would be crazy in this game. And yes, as Pops TV is saying, don't forget, a lot of like the tiers in this game is closer than the average Smash game. Like, in one way, I don't even want to like name them like F tier because it sounds so brutal. But on this site, it was already mentioned to like S to D tier or whatever. But I feel like I want to have a few more tiers just to like, even if it is a gap, it's like crazy gaps between a lot of characters. I feel like Ridley is probably gonna end up here. Ridley, I feel like, is the definition of like a character with some big weaknesses, but also some like pretty big strengths. He has a lot of pretty good moves that he can use for advantage. He has pretty good ledge trapping. I feel like his fireballs can be pretty good for like edge guarding certain characters as well. My main issue with Ridley is that despite being so big, he's so light. I feel like everything in this game, if you have a combo or kill confirm, Ridley will be the character it always works on. So yeah. But yeah, again, not awful, but big character while being pretty light is pretty weird combo. You don't normally see that with very big characters. What else do we have? I might put Richter a little bit higher later, but recovery being very, very exploitable. And I feel like if you play really, really perfect with like Simon and Richter, they might be a little bit higher. But if you play a tiny, tiny bit off, you get very punished for it. They're also pretty big. Like combo and edge guards works pretty nicely. I also feel like some Belmonts gets away too much with their ledge trapping because people are not entirely used to the concept of their ledge trapping. So they might seem a little bit stronger to some people than they most likely are. Yo, high five. Thank you for the 50 bits. Yeah, that might be it for D tier for now. Ganon, probably C tier. I will admit, he seems to be a bit better than I initially thought. Originally, I thought he was like quite a lot worse than this. But he does have some strengths. He's actually significantly faster. A lot of his moves are surprisingly good. I might have him like slightly lower, but I don't know. For now, I would say C tier. A lot of good moves. His nair is incredibly good. His upper makes it incredibly hard to challenge from above, which is kind of like a Ganondorf trait, I guess. Don't challenge this character from above. But he's also like a little bit like Ridley. Good strengths, but bad weaknesses. He's bad off stage. He is big. He gets comboed. But side B being, good for both tech chases, and you get like a grab from pretty far away. And just like one or two reads with this character, and you get so much mileage out of it. I have a hard time seeing him go higher. I actually feel like I might overrate the character at the moment. But for now, I feel pretty pleased with C tier. Let's see. All right, the Mii's I'm actually not gonna rank. These characters I'm not gonna rank. I have not played them a single match, and I barely played against any Mii's at all. So yeah, let's get them out of the way. Like, as I said, a few characters I won't rank. Yo, Spark, thank you for the 500 bits. Meta Knight probably will end up in C tier as well. AK, the second broken character in this game, didn't quite make it up to S tier. Actually pretty far away. Still have some strengths though. Multiple jumps, obviously a good thing. A lot of his moves are relatively fast, but his insane upper combos from Smash 4 are not nearly as deadly. His tornado only being one hit can be used nicely, but I think it would have been much better for him to have multi-hit moves, obviously. The way it worked. Like in Brawl, for example, that move was incredibly good. Meta Knight is underutilized. I can see it. I can see that he's a little bit underutilized. But it's... yeah, as we talked about earlier, if you have had a character that have been amazing in a Smash game and they're not any longer, for a lot of people it's like, why play the character still, you know? DDD will probably end up in this tier. I actually hate this character. I'm not gonna lie. I hate this piece of shit character. He might be maybe not the most boring, but one of the most boring characters for me to fight. I feel like every DDD I play against, they use camp. He is so heavy and annoying to kill. The Gordos are annoying. I think they did get nerfed a bit though. I will admit I haven't played against him for a while, but he does have some good results. I think it was like a European DDD. They beat Larry at some point in Europe. Why is it so many tiers? Because I feel like it's a bit more fun to like separate the characters a bit more than having like 50 characters in mid tier. It's like, some people on Reddit are gonna be mad that their character is like F or E tier, but that's how it is. That's how it is. I think it's a bit more fun to have more tiers. Like, these characters are roughly here. Doesn't mean that like, oh, just because your character is C tier, they're all around trash. The tiers are ordered, but I might change some of the orders down the line. This is more like a first one, and then we might make some changes down the line. I actually noticed the C tier is kind of like the heavy tier. Bowser here as well, DDD, Ganondorf. Bowser a lot better compared to like Melee and Brawl. Obviously, I think Universal jump squat helps the big heavy characters a lot because they actually feel like they're pretty fast. His neutral B can give so much damage if you hit pretty close by, like 40 damage, which is pretty crazy. The command grab being very good as well. Kills pretty early. And you can also use it to like, if you're in the lead, you can sometimes use it to like trade stocks, which can be good. I know you need the lower damage and stuff, but still, pretty good character, not amazing. He does have his strengths, but as every big character, they are big targets, hard to get out of disadvantage. Most of them tend to be bad off stage. But still, I could see this character be like a counter pick. A counter pick to like surprise people. This is a character I almost wonder if I should rank. Rathan, thank you for 2 months with Twitch Prime. Yeah, this character I'm like a little bit uncertain. Should I rank him? I don't know super much about the character, I will be honest. Very unique character for sure. One of the like, when I've watched the character and tested him a few games and played against him as well, when other people played against him or played as him against me, he does feel like he kind of struggles to kill when you play around his kids. But Pac-Man is probably one of the characters that, how do you say, since he's such a weird and unique character, he's probably one of the hardest characters for most people to rank. I'm still excited to see what the character can be pushed to in the future. Pac-Man B tier. Yeah, he might qualify for low B tier. Enta, thank you for the 4 months with Twitch Prime. I still think C tier is reasonable. It's hard to learn the matchup. It's true. A lot of characters it will be hard to learn the matchup with. Partly because it's so many characters in the game, right? Right? And partly because like most characters actually have something that is pretty good about them. He does have some pretty interesting combos, and I could see more optimizations being made with like all the items and stuff he has as well. So yeah, we'll see. And once again, this is gonna be hard. When we look back at this, even if no patches came out, hypothetically, a year from now, most tier lists would actually probably look pretty bad when you take like the bottom 40 characters. Marcus, I'm sorry, buddy, but I'll probably put Toon Link around here. He is also a character that might qualify for low B tier. Uh, but I currently don't really see how the character goes higher. Like, it's not bad. He's pretty good at pretty good at everything, but not truly amazing at anything. Hello, B now or Riot. Nah, for me, he feels like the worst of the links. Feels like the worst of the links by a pretty significant margin. Also, chat, don't be too convinced about every character. Like, remember before this game came out and people were like, oh, Meta Knight might have to get banned. Pikachu was by far the best character in the game. It's so many, like, I know this that have happened in this game that don't be too certain. Like all these placements, even though this is what I currently think, I feel like it's so much more to know about this game, all the characters, all the matchups, that this is more like qualified guesses at best. The game is still super new. Piranha Plant S tier, Plant Gang. I wish, buddy. I wish. Oh, probably have Ness in B tier. Actually, one of the characters that truly have a kill throw, which is really strong. I know Shield is nerfed in this game compared to Smash 4, but it's still such a strong option to have a kill throw. And being next to the ledge and getting back throwed by this character, and you die early, very early. His fair is really annoying to deal with. PK fires can be annoying as well if you get caught off guard. Overall, I feel like this area, like the top of C tier and bottom of B tier, is where characters actually start getting like pretty good for sure. Ness also do have some results for sure. So yeah, we'll see. He's still weak off stage, but at the very least, like if you try to go out to edgeguard this character and you mess up, you actually die super early, which probably would not happen too much at high level play, but it's still that clear risk that's involved with a character. DK, I will probably put as the best heavy. Like actually, like just looking at it, all the heavies feel like they pretty much have like the same type of weaknesses and strengths for the most part. Obviously, they are still different enough to like separate them, but just the character archetype is not enough to really cut it to the amazing characters. A little bit too one-dimensional in neutral, a little bit too weak off stage, a little bit too combo food, but it's still a pretty good character. I could easily see this character, get good results. Like for sure, like B tier and upwards, probably top of C tier and upwards. Yeah, I would say top of C tier and upwards. You can for sure get great results with all the characters. DK's dash attack is actually really good. That move surprised me a lot when I played against DK for the first time. His side B is pretty good too. You get buried, super armor on it. Yeah, I feel like a lot of the heavies are like, as solo mains, they might be a bit weaker, but it could be a good surprise counter pick for some matchups. I feel like Marth is probably gonna end up in this tier. Like he feels worse than Lucina for sure. But come on, he's still a good character. It's a little bit of the why play Marth when you have Lucina type of thing. A lot of setups to Tipper does not seem reliable, which is a huge disadvantage, and why I think he's not nearly as good as Lucina. But still, a lot of the same tools. Still, he still have a good neutral. Still is good off stage. Still has a good recovery. Like he still have like pretty good like advantage state and so on. It's just getting kills is really, really important in this game, and actually in any Smash game. I could see this character have potential to grow quite a lot if like setups for tippers are getting discovered. Yo, Adam Kex, thank you for the 33 months. Yeah, I saw Leo talk about Marth recently. So yeah, we'll see. If it's one person that can push the character, then it's Leo. So I'm interested to see if he puts in more effort into the character. Probably put Cloud here somewhere. Cloud also quite a lot nerfs from Smash 4, which again makes people feel disappointed about the character, but I still feel like he does have quite a lot of good tools. His upper is still good, even though it's not as good. Limit is still good, even though it has a timer. I feel like one of the main issues is how easy this character seems to two-frame. It might be because I play Inkling, and Inkling does have good two-framing, so maybe I feel stronger about this than it actually is. But overall, weak off stage, has a hard time killing for the most part unless you land limit. But since it does have a timer to it, I feel like you can avoid it most of the time. Maybe this character will go a little bit lower. I could see it happening. But for now, probably put him somewhere around here. Just spam Backer. Backer is pretty strong, but if you keep spamming aerials, then parry becomes like really strong. That's one thing that I think will make sword characters slightly worse than people think right now, is when people get better at parries. I know some characters are obviously not as good with parry because they don't have like the frame data on their moves to really take advantage of it, but still. This character I might overrate. I really like Mewtwo, so maybe I do the unusual overrate one of your characters, but I still feel like this character does have quite a lot of strong things. Shadow Ball is really, really good. Like a Shadow Ball basically removes the entire shield. Down tilt still have a lot of range. I wish it comboed a bit better, but still a pretty good tool. His backer is incredibly strong, incredibly good off stage. I think teleport recovery is like, yes, you're always running the risk of getting like two framed, but teleport recoveries I still think is it's still pretty good. Like it's still a good recovery tool for sure. Mewtwo's main thing is, despite being so big, he's incredibly light. He's a worse Ridley in that sense, that he's unbelievably light, which I think means that as Mewtwo, you probably have to play relatively lame to optimize the character. A lot of Mewtwo's that like test him out probably plays too aggressive and tries a little bit too much. I still feel like this character had more room to grow, and I hope he gets a little bit changed. If his tail doesn't have that gigantic hurt box and you make him a little bit heavier, that alone would help him so much. If you want to go the extra step, making his down tilt connect better, and making one combo throw, then this character could be absolutely amazing, I think. But yeah, I do understand that I might overrank this character due to liking the character, but I still feel like he can be pushed more. Overall, I just think the entire edge guarding concept is underrated, just due to the nature of how unlikely it was to get edge guards in Smash 4 in most matchups. I think Mario is probably gonna end up here as well. Mario actually has very, very good punishes for the most part. Uh, quite bad range. Quite bad range. So sword characters can be quite a bit of an issue, I feel like. I feel like that's been Mario in all Smash games. Sword characters being pretty annoying for him to deal with. Normally, Mario is like the, how do you say, standard character. He's like a good pit in that sense. That he's like, he has a lot of like pretty good tools, but for the most part not amazing tools, but not horrible tools either. So I think around this range could be good for Mario. His up smash did get nerfed quite a lot from Smash 4 though, which means killing can sometimes be annoying with this character. Henke, thank you for the 10 months. Like Chrom probably gonna end up here somewhere as well. Oops. The biggest reason I don't put Chrom higher is his recovery. I feel like over time is gonna get worse and worse. We already see many characters having like pretty weird ways of relatively often getting like low percent kills due to his weak offstage game. Like certain like Greninja's up B being able to push him away, Squirtle's water attack also being able to push away. I know with Inkling you can down smash his up B on the way up, for example. I feel like this character could be a strong secondary. He probably has some matchups where some characters still have a hard time to edgeguard him despite the weakness of his recovery. So probably a good secondary character. But I feel like this would be a really scary character to solo main due to how risky he is to play in a sense. He does have like a lot of good strengths though. He is fast, he hits hard, he has good punishes. So I do think Chrom is a good character. It's just his weaknesses are a little bit too big, a little bit too much glass cannon. And I don't really think it's any room really to like super overcome his weaknesses. Yeah, if you main Chrom, you might as well use Roy as well. Like you can mix, like they're similar enough where if you can play Roy, you should be able to play Chrom and vice versa. So yeah, if you main one of them, it can be good to have the other character on your disposal as well. I think Roy is better though, just because of like not nearly as glass cannon for the most part. What other characters do we have in B tier? I could see Link being here. This is Link's best game. This is Link's best game. Having a normal grab helps quite a lot. I am a big hater of super slow grabs. So that helps a lot. His bomb is very interesting as well. Can be used nice for ledge trapping, I feel. Helps with recovery a lot if you're getting like sent far off stage. And it's surprisingly hard to actually punish him when he's doing that as well. Like sometimes I try to like punish him when he's coming back with the bomb, but due to like, you know, changing your DI and also changing the timing on the bomb, surprisingly hard to actually punish him. And you have like the wall text available many times as well. Overall, though, I feel like he's a little bit too slow to truly make it up to like A tier. Uh, what else do we have? I might underrate this character. I know everyone always talks about Yoshi's potential, and we rarely see anything from Yoshi. I personally like this character. I think Yoshi is very fun. Uh, and this is the best we have seen Yoshi for a long, long time. Uh, I hope we get an amazing player that tries to push this character a lot. I love his upper combos. His eggs are really good. Really quick nair side of shield. Amazing aerial drift. Uh, Due to the nature of his recovery, he's good off stage, both to come back and to edge guard. I could see this character getting pushed more. This is one of the hardest characters for me to place. I feel like of the ones I've actually had experience with and against. Uh, he feels like a hard character for me to rank properly. Yeah, Yoshi has a pretty great disadvantage too. That's true. That's true. Yeah, no, this is one of the characters as well I'm excited to see more of in the future. Yoshi's upper is annoying. It's annoying to fight against. It's so satisfying to land though. Uh, Also some good tilts as well. Yeah, let's go Yoshi. Let's go Yoshi. Uh, I feel like Mega Man is probably the next. I'm wondering if I should put him at the top of B or bottom of A. I'll probably put him top of B tier for now. Yeah, Mega Man was like one of the few characters that actually got significant nerfs from the last patch. Overall, still a solid character. Yeah, before the nerf, he would have been for sure A tier. Um, Actually, maybe even S tier. Uh, but the nerf with the pellets into Leaf Shield, it seems to be hurting the character quite a lot, both in neutral and like just racking up damage. Mega Man destroys heavies super hard. Well, I feel like heavies have like very crazy matchup spreads where some matchups are surprisingly good, but they also get destroyed by some characters. So it's not like too much of an advantage for your character to have a good matchup against the heavies because it's so common, I would say. A tier. I might underrate this character, but for me, Ike seems more one-dimensional than people talk about the character. He does have a really good nair. I will admit, it's a little bit better than I thought. I thought parry punishes was going to be more consistent and more easily to punish him for. Uh, but overall, still slow. I feel like his recovery is going to get more and more exposed over time. But the main fact is that he's slow. I feel like against faster characters that can rush him down, I feel like at times you almost need to like just guess when they're gonna go in, and if you guess wrong, it's so hard to get out of this advantage. Uh, I do think Leo, just being such an amazing player overall, made people overrate the character. Like even originally when I saw Leo play Ike, I was like, yeah, he's an amazing player, but this character doesn't look like amazing. Like, don't get me wrong, he's a good character, but yeah, I think this character will get less common. I think Leo is gonna use him less, unless he already started doing that. But he still have good strengths. His upper such good range, and even though he's slow, he can still keep advantage pretty well. Platforms helps his combo game and kill game significantly as well. We got to see a lot of the nair into upper conversions. He already started playing less Ike. Yeah, sounds reasonable. Sounds reasonable. That's actually what I expected as soon as I saw the character. Still good though. Still, I think, A tier worthy. David, thank you for the 15 months, buddy. This is a character I was kind of iffy on if I should rank or not, because I feel like I don't really have enough experience with or against the character, and I haven't seen too much from the character. So I was like a little bit iffy on if I should rank him or not. But from what I've seen, he still seems pretty strong, still A tier worthy. Really hard to deal with off stage, both ways. A lot of good moves actually from this character as well. The main thing that might be annoying with the character is again being big. Nair have quite a bit of startup, which is annoying as well if you main the character. But yeah, this is also one of the harder characters for me to rank, because I honestly feel like I don't know enough about him to truly say. So this is like quite a bit of a guess. This might be one of the more controversial picks, but I think Snake is gonna end up roughly around here, maybe a little bit higher. Snake does have some good results already with MVG, Salem, stuff like that. But I feel like Snake is gonna have quite a few matchups that is rough to deal with. Also due to being big and bad off stage. Really annoying character to fight against though, and I feel like if you don't know how to fight this character, it can easily snowball with all of the bullshit with grenades and stuff. Like, I feel like it's a matchup where you are gonna get really punished for not knowing the matchup properly. I might underrate the character a little bit, but I think around here is still fair for Snake. Also, his Nikita that move is actually so annoying. That's so annoying to deal with. It's so fast. Even when you feel like you're gonna escape it and hit Snake in time, you still eat that shitty ass move. Sirisuit is also probably gonna end up in this tier. I pretty early said that I think this character was like underrated due to the fact of being amazing in Smash 4. Character gets nerfed and people are like, oh, like this character is so bad now. I don't really see how the character is that bad. Like, not as good as in Smash 4, but thank God, because I hated watching Sirisuit in Smash 4. I know a lot of people likes Nairo and stuff like that, and that's totally cool. I like Nairo too, but I hated watching that piece of shit character in Smash 4. Really annoying to watch. I hated the upper up B, and it's like, you know, fuck that. That's all I can say. But yeah, the character is still good. I think the main weakness with this character can be hitting small characters. Those matchups I could see being kind of rough to quite rough. That's the main thing I feel like keeps this character away from going even higher. But when you exclude these characters, seems to have like a relatively good matchup spread all around. Still have a lot of really good moves. Slow grab is always going to be a weakness. That's another thing that keeps the character away from going even higher. I know uppy still works, but it's not as good and not as centralizing as it was in Smash 4. Roy's probably gonna end up here somewhere as well. Quite a bit higher than Chrom, mainly due to like a much better recovery, so you can actually make it back on stage. Share a lot of the same strengths as Chrom though, since they are Echo Fighters, right? Really strong, good neutral, good punishes. The recovery is still probably a little bit too weak to truly make him go higher. But it's still a character I feel like had more room to grow. Oh wait, give me one sec. I think Android is here. Yeah, Android is here, guys. Android is here. All right, let's continue. Let's continue. We still have the top 15-ish characters left. Hard character to rank, but I feel like it's not all memes with like Shulk have potential. I feel like the fact that this character is very unique. No other character is similar to Shulk, really. All his like special abilities. It will take time. It will take time to optimize all of them for sure. His shield one with dodge and kill confirms is incredibly annoying to deal with. The kill one kills so early in many scenarios as well. This is a character I also would like to see someone amazing at ultimate to really push. I could see this character go higher for sure. He's probably one of the characters that can like go up a lot or down a lot. Hard character to judge this early into the game, but I can see this character go higher up for sure.
Okay, brother, I have a present for you.
Thank you.
In this bag, not the most creative way. Set brothers, but no, it's like a brother kit.
Thank you. Let me finish the tier list and then we're gonna open it on stream.
Yeah.
Thank you.
How much of a surprise will be for? Brother, it's been too long.
The chat is happy.
Brother, oh my god, it's brother.
Yeah, we're just gonna finish ranking the characters. Hope you don't mind. We have the top 15-ish to still rank.
Brothers.
No, you can be here. Just close the door. Just
I'm gonna
like.
eat food, so.
Oh, you're gonna eat first? All right. See you in a little bit then. Yo, Tomafin with the 10 gifted subs. 10 gifted subs to the channel. Thank you so much. What a birthday present. That's a amazing birthday present. Thank you so much. All right, let's continue. Next one is gonna be Young Link. This character also got like so much hype at the start, and I was a little bit of a non-believer for a while. But no, this character actually seems very good, very fast, high combo potential. Also, like a pretty tricky character to play. Probably one of the more trickier characters to play. I'm really excited to see what Tweak can do with this character. Seems a little bit inconsistent with how the bombs work sometimes. But overall, still a fantastic character. I could see this character actually being a potential counter to Peach that a lot of people rank, if not first, then very, very high up. That's just me thinking about how the characters does work. But if he does win against Peach, or at least go even, that could be like a huge, huge thing in the future. Yo, Cecine, thank you for the 1,500 bits. Thank you so much. Palutena is gonna be next. Yeah, we only have like really good characters left. But Palutena, really amazing, of course. The back. Shibifu, thank you for the prime. Thank you so much. Yeah, Palutena, really good advantage state. I hate teleport recoveries. I think they are stupid design. I know you can like 2-frame and shit. I wish teleport recoveries. I feel like it's just like so many times where you just go straight to ledge. I know you can edge cancel, which is good, but I feel like that's more used as like getting out of disadvantage when you're not off stage, more when you're like above people. That's very good though for the character. It helps a lot in many times. I noticed that when I played against Nairo at Summit as well. So yeah, that's huge. Can kill pretty early, good edge guards, pretty good grab conversions. The Nair, obviously, incredibly good. Nair. And if you didn't know what it comes next, I can tell you, Nair. So yeah, strong character for sure. Here we have the first broken character in Ultimate that needed to be nerfed, banned, erased from the game. But yeah, still very strong character. Do share some similarities with Pichu, of course. This character is incredibly hard to edgeguard. Most of the time, you can't really do it, which also means that his edgeguards are strong because you can go off stage more risk-free than most characters. Strong punishes with his Nair drag downs. Overall, a good character. I feel like he probably killing can at times look a bit rough. At the very least, if you compare it to Pichu. So yeah, still overall a very strong character for sure. Greninja, very good. Gotten a lot of attention recently. His down tilt into up smash can be really, really annoying to deal with at times. It's very fast, so even if it's not true at all times, it's very hard to be ready for it since it's so quick. He has a really good moveset overall. This character doesn't really lack anything. Like, he's not amazing at everything, but all around good character, and we have seen more and more results from this character lately as well. Potential to go higher for sure. I'm not entirely convinced that he's S tier, but you know, maybe. Yeah, out of shield options is probably one of his weaker areas. I feel like that does apply to quite a few characters, but yeah. And can have a bit trouble killing at times. Yo, Steady, thank you for the 2 months. Alright, don't hate me, chat, but I still do think Pokemon Trainer is really good. Not quite making it to S tier in my current one, but for now, high up in A tier. having having 3 characters is very strong. Squirtle feels his role well. Strong punishes, and compared to a lot of other characters that like it really like a lot stronger punishes if platforms are there. Squirtle doesn't really need that. His follow-ups works regardless. Platforms can help to make them even longer, but they're still long in the first place. Ivysaur, I feel like, is an amazing character overall. Really good zoning, can kill early. His downer is as big as this planet. His upper as well. And quite a few like tricky DI mix-ups where if you're not ready for them all at all times, you can die like incredibly early. Of course, the better people get against the characters, the less frequent that's gonna be, but it's always gonna be a big threat, I feel like. Charizard is what keeps this character away from S tier in its current state, I would say. Charizard is a bad character, a very bad character. He's F tier as well. The thing though, like a lot of like one of the reasons I don't like to rank these characters individually is because for the most part, let's say Squirtle is not good at killing. You're not really gonna play Squirtle when it comes to killing, so it doesn't matter as much. Of course, it would be good if he had amazing kills as well, right? But what I'm trying to say is that a lot of the times you don't use the characters during their weaknesses. Sadly for Charizard, he is a big weakness in itself. But yeah, so I decided to only rank Pokemon Trainer because I feel like it's significant portions of the game where even like Ivysaur and Squirtle, especially Ivysaur, that is used the most, that they're not really playing. Also, like the swap can help so much, both when you're off stage, when you get people off stage to get out of combos. So I think Pokemon Trainer is really good. Of course, having 3 characters, it can be really annoying to learn all matchups, which I think will make it hard, even though like the game plan seems to be relatively similar in many scenarios, and you don't have to learn every part of the game as much with each character. Like it can be good to know, oh, how do you kill with Squirtle if it ever comes to that, but for the most part you're not really gonna play that part with Squirtle in any matchup. So it's like some of the areas you don't need to like grind as hard, but overall, of course, still you have 3 characters against all the characters, so that's still gonna be very, very hard. But your opponent also needs to learn 3. I know that doesn't make up for it, but it's still at least a good advantage to have as well, even if it doesn't make up for the disadvantage. I think this character could possibly go higher, but it's hard in its current state with such a bad character as Charizard. I feel like Charizard is mainly like make your life a little bit longer when Ivysaur is about to die. Then it's like you switch to Charizard and you're unlikely to get anything, but you probably would have died from the next hit as Ivysaur anyway. So yeah. Also, sometimes if you're about to get gimped, you might survive, which also helps. But yeah, we'll see. Pokemon Trainer is for sure a character that like have a very wide spread of where people rank them. All right, let's go to S tiers. Fox. I think Fox is still qualifying for a low S tier. Really fast, really good advantage state. He does have a pretty weak recovery that's going to be more exploitable over time. Also, his parry stuff is really good. No other character I feel like can utilize parry as good as Fox, since he has so quick moves, and it's also very scary since he's so fast. So like a lot of people I feel like feel intimidated to throw out attacks against him as well. That might be partly more, the fault of the player, but still, this character Fox is like always a good character, I feel like. always a good pick. He might be slightly overrated due to the fact that he does have a lot of similarities to Smash 4. So you have players like Light, Larry, CD, and stuff that performs well with a character. Don't hate me for this one, but I feel like Wario is really strong. I feel like I have Gluttony on my side a little bit, but Tweak might hate me. But I feel like the character is very good. Best combat mechanic in the game with the fart. Strong punishes. A bike helps out a lot to make it back to the stage. Main issue seems to be hitting small characters. A little bit like Zero Suit, where small characters can be very, very annoying. But I think parry also helps him a lot against sword characters that he traditionally have been like weaker areas for Wario as well. After that, I will put Lucina. Lucina all around very, very good character, but lacks the explosiveness of the top 5, I think it is. Yeah, it should be 5 more characters after Lucina. So she does lack the explosiveness of the top 5, but still overall really, really good. Good neutral, good advantage, really hard to edge guard, good at edge guarding. Might go a little bit further down in the future since she's a relatively simple character. But for now, I put Lucina as number 6. After that, I will put Inkling. I could see Inkling being even higher, maybe slightly lower, but I think 5th for now is where I would put Inkling. Amazing character. I main the character and have done for a while, and with a game this new, I would have switched character if I thought the character was very bad and didn't have potential or would fall off a lot. I think Inklings have gotten better at up for up air. Still, the main issue with this character can at times be killing. If you don't have reliable up for upper conversions, it can be hard to get kills. Like a matchup like Yoshi, for example, where up for upper never works. And that means that you almost have to rely on roller, but that makes it more predictable. Also, punishes can be very platform dependent. If you don't have platforms, the punish game with Inkling is significantly worse, which is why I think a stage like Smashville and stuff like that can help out a lot. Still an amazing character. Ink helps a lot. Great ledge trapping. Really, really good recovery and edge guarding. Overall, an amazing character. After that, I will put Wolf. Wolf, also really, really good character. Laser gives so much damage for no reason. He just have like all around an amazing neutral game. Great ledge trapping. His recovery is not as bad as people make it out to be, and I'm saying that as someone that have years and years of edge guarding. I don't think his recovery is nearly as bad as people say. It's still obviously a weaker recovery in this game, but it's not as bad as people say. Actually, the main weakness with Wolf right now is not even anything the character have itself. It's just the fact that everyone plays Wolf. So it's a matchup that everyone is going to know to a certain extent at least. Short term, that's very bad for a game this new, but long term, if you get consistently better practice, that actually might be like a good thing down the line, maybe. But yeah, overall, very good character for sure. After that, I'll probably put Olimar 3rd. Amazing damage output, incredibly annoying to fight against. The Pikmins are amazing. Purple, amazing, kills early. White rack up damage quick, so sometimes you can be inclined to like get the Pikmins off you. His recovery is also not as bad as people say. Yeah, Olimar, yeah, annoying. I don't think he's as annoying as people say, but I can understand why people don't like to fight this character or watch this character. But also, like, his smash attacks and stuff, having, like, working differently than other smash attacks helps a lot as well. Yo, Garbage Can, thank you for the 10 months, buddy. Some sword character seems to be a little bit annoying for him, though. So it's not like he has all around, like, only winning matchups or anything. But strong character for sure. I'll put Pichu as number 2. Pichu's combo game is fantastic. It's going to be interesting to see how much further it can be pushed. Kills great. Have good recovery. Is at times pretty easy to 2-frame though. Which is a weakness. Also, you know, hurting himself while doing many moves. But yeah, overall, amazing character. He does feel like a pretty volatile top tier, where if you don't play on point, like, you can die incredibly early. But yeah, very good character for sure. And first in the game, we have Bayo. She returns once again as... No, I'm just kidding. Number 1, I think Peach is the best character in the game. Her damage output is also incredibly crazy. The better damage when you're floating and stuff. Parry down tilts can be very nuts. Yeah, also side B is like, why is that safe and shield? Like, that's actually crazy. This character also have like a lot of room to grow with the punishes. I don't think the character will have like only winning matchups across the board, but for now, in my first tier list, I'll put Peach as number 1. I wish I could say that in Melee, but you know, Sakurai, finally, good shit. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it. We have some characters left, but I'm kind of uncertain about ranking some of these characters. I'm not sure if I'm gonna rank any of the remaining characters. Partly because I feel like I don't have enough experience playing as or against these characters. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I think for now, I'm probably not gonna rank any of the remaining characters. The only one I feel like I have is, like, maybe a case of doing it for is Falcon. Falcon is probably a D tier character, to be honest. He's probably somewhere around here. Let's put Falcon here. He can be D tier. He's solid, but yeah, nothing amazing. The rest of the characters, though, I really don't feel like I can rank them. I haven't played them as like much enough or against. Like, someone like Bowser Jr., I feel like he's really bad, but it's hard for me to say like how bad. F tier or E tier? He will be in one, but it's hard to say. What makes it hard to give tier to Villager? I have never played against the character a single match. I have basically never played him myself. No one is really playing the character that I have watched, and I didn't play Smash 4. So it's like, it's very hard for me to rank him. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the tier list, guys. I know some people will agree with certain parts, disagree with other parts. But yeah, this is gonna be my first tier list. I'm sure I will change my own opinions on a lot of these characters in the future. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this section.